Hi, Marge here from Rose Grows in Harlem, and it is Feeding Friday. Got some more suet bricks, got some seed, and it's time to go outside. Let's see if the birds are going to come out. They know that when I come out, it's time for their food. Oh, look at the bird seed wasted. Look, that's ridiculous. That's because the squirrels jump on here and put the bird seed everywhere. Look, it's all over the place. I should just plant all this bird seed all throughout here. I think maybe I'll just plant all the bird seed here so that it's bird food on the ground and then the feeder looks like that. So this is what the suet looks like. They have been pecking, but I don't think they're too pleased. That looks like maybe woodpeckers? I don't know. I might try turning it around. I don't know if they actually like this food. Nobody seems to have pecked anything over there. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, well, I remember my gloves this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the suet bricks around and see if that does anything. Maybe because it only showed the grease and maybe there wasn't enough of the seed itself. So we'll see. We'll turn that around, give it another week, see if they like it. If they don't like it, then so be it. But it did melt. We've had everything from, I think, 60s, maybe high 60s, all the way down to the 20s. And the bricks stayed okay. So I don't know if maybe they don't like the flavor of the oil. Who knows? But let me go grab the feeder. I really have to consider what I'm going to be doing with all this bird seed on the floor. This doesn't seem like, I don't know, it just seems so wasteful. It just seems so wasteful. But alas, what can we do? You want a closer look? Oh, I just put my fingers in it. See it? And turn around. They could kind of get to the other stuff. I'm just turning it around so the sunflower seeds are on the inside now. You hear them? You hear them. They're calling their friends to say, hey, there's food coming. They do this every time. I hope the microphone is picking it up, because if it's not, then I'm going to go back to no microphone. These birds are definitely calling for their friends to come out. I can hear one is calling over here, and I can hear one further away saying, yeah, I'm coming. It's like the cowbell. Okay. So now, let me switch the camera angles because I want to do a mix of mealworm and birdseed. So give me a second. I had to adjust the camera, so I had to take my gloves off. But I want to do, let's see, I guess mealworms first, maybe? premium dried mealworms. Or actually, I want to kind of mix it all together. Do I have a bag that's... Oh, I can't do this because my gloves are all greasy. Okay, that's what they look like. Warning, bugs. Some in the bottom. And does this have enough? I don't know, I should have had a bowl or something. Okay. These are not live mealworms. Obviously, they're dried. But I want to make sure that it's mixed. Okay, now they've got some extra protein mixed in there. Hopefully, the squirrels won't get it. Okay, so fun fact, I always had one of these. The squirrel baffle that I totally forgot about, but I have. So this is supposed to go either on top of a bird feeder or underneath so that they can't climb up the pole. So I don't need this because that's if it's on a pole. I will use this to hang it. And what I will do is I will hang this on the frame. I believe the way that that goes is this goes in here to keep it from falling out. So I will affix, I think it's the smaller one, or is it the big one? I think it's the smaller one. There we go. Yes, no, maybe. Didn't read the directions. Probably should have read the directions. This one. That goes through here. And then like that. And then it goes through here like that. That holds it. And then I will hang the bird feeder from here. So let's see how that goes. Might not need all these extra things. Okay. Maybe that'll be okay. We'll see. Hopefully that could take that weight, but it should be able to. Now, the water is frozen in the bird feeder right there. So let me go get some water to fill that up. And this water is basement room temperature water. Oh, I should have brought one of those guns to the temperature gun to see what the temperature was. It says it's approximately 49, so hopefully putting this in there won't break the glass, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, there is some water in there. Oh yeah, that's just ice floating on top. Okay, that's not bad. All right, that's fine. It's just really cold water. Good, at least I got the bugs out. Okay. Okay, now it's time to feed the squirrels. Although they're always being fed, my goodness. Okay. Excellent. So that is done. Also, I found another one of my cages, so I'm going to put the final suet brick in there. See if that makes a difference. Because maybe it's just the way it's being delivered. This one has been in the fridge for about 2 weeks. And I think this has way more seeds, or way more. Coming out as easy as the other ones were. Oh yeah, it's not really very crumbly. Ooh, very crumbly. Can come out. That's okay. Just put it in there. Ooh, what a mess. The way that this used to be was that and like that. I feel like it's gonna fall out because every time I've put these out in the past, the squirrels have definitely got them. So it's supposed to happen like that. We'll see what happens. Oh, already scaring birds away. No, that doesn't seem like it's gonna be. Hopefully that will hold. Now, I also have something that I often have every year. I either get some groceries, I get some produce, and I try to propagate it, or most often I forget about it, and then they surprise me. So let me show you what I have this year. Welcome back to the indoor basement greenhouse. Okay, this is the poor state of my citronella that I brought in here so that I could propagate it, and then I never propagated it. That should be one of my main focuses this year. I want to create a propagation station, especially once I start pruning my trees, which I should have done last year, but now they're about 2 to 3 years old. I think it should be good because I can make brand new trees out of all of them, and if I can get them to root, I might be able to offer some extra trees. So we'll see how that goes. But here are the things that I normally abandon in my kitchen. My wild wonders, which are tomatoes that I originally got the seeds from. and they have been perfectly preserved as these shriveled up whatevers. I will probably put them in water again, and then I'll probably just, well, it depends. If I can separate the seeds out from them, if they plump back up and I can get some stuff out, there are probably 100 plants in just this handful, because each one is about 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, that's a lot. So we have those tomatoes, not to mention the envelopes of seeds that I have. We have my ginger, which I got from the local organic store. Those have also shriveled up, but this is marked as ginger, but I also have turmeric in here. And some of these tried to sprout. So that's been interesting. But this one is still green and still going strong. So we'll see. I will probably take any that are out that are moldy. I don't think that's mold, but it could be mold. Oh, my lighting is really bad here. Sorry, guys. I will work on that at a later date. But yeah, like this is turmeric because it's orange. So I'll take out the ones that are moldy, and I may cut this one up because it's very green over there. So yeah, we will see about that. What else do we have? Then, what I always forget about are my potatoes. Now this one goes to the compost because that's just moldy. So I will put that in a compost heap somewhere. But these are some organic potatoes, which I also have to get the moldy ones out, but they have also sprouted, which is incredible. So I'm just keeping them in the dark right now. I'm going to cut away this plastic mesh so that I don't lose any roots. And yeah, I might just try to plant these inside and see what happens, because if they're outside, I often forget about them. But then I also have sweet potatoes. I didn't have to do anything. My table in the kitchen is covered with cardboard because I was doing some canning and food preparation there, and I just left these on the table, and it was buried under all types of other containers and pots and pans and baking dishes and whatever, and it created its own slips. Beautiful, right? So each one of these should be its own plant. So I will keep it in the dark for now, and actually this weekend I am going to figure out what to do with these. I got some potting mix, and I intend to repot these and do some propagation and see what we can do to get an early start. And here's another one. I just love how they look. Okay, and then we have the seeds that I have collected from the things that I have eaten, or if I didn't get to eat it, I at least got the seeds from it. So a lot of these are probably not viable anymore. Let me move this out the way so it's not covered by so much light. Putting the potatoes back in the dark without hurting them. Put the tomato seeds in there. And ginger and turmeric. Okay. All right. So, okay, we have I have so many avocado pits. Now, some of them sprouted, some of them did not. Let me see if I can get, because these are all darker seeds. So let me see if I can get you in a better light over here. These are avocado pits. Now they're all dried out. I don't know how viable they are anymore. But that's the experimentation starts. And I have several of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12. That's perfect. I have Pink Lady apple seeds. Now again, if I were to plant these, this is just to create an apple tree. Apple trees have every kind of apple in their DNA. So whatever you grow, it's random. You have no idea what you might grow. You could grow the Pink Lady, maybe not. But it's fun to see what it is. These are pear. I don't know, I don't remember what kind of pear, probably Anjou or something like that. But those are pear seeds. These are orange seeds. I really would like to get some citrus, and if I grow it by seed, hopefully it will acclimate to this location. These are lemon seeds. And then I assume this is a peach pit because I couldn't imagine it was anything else. It looks a little small, so maybe it's an apricot. Yeah, it must be an apricot or something because peaches are not that small. I don't know, but that's another that I could try to grow. And yeah, so that's what I have as far as seeds and starts that I didn't have to work at. They did it themselves. So that's always a fun time. So next steps, I would like to start cleaning a little bit every day. I don't know that I'm gonna have that on camera, mostly because if I don't want to set up the camera, I'm afraid that I'm not going to be doing the cleanup, but I'll at least have a before and after, if anything. I probably will set it up. I might do what a lot of people recommend, which is set up a timer, 30 minutes every day, and see where that takes me. If I want to work more, so be it, but at least this way I get 30 minutes in every time. And I really have to practice focusing on one area because I will clean up one thing, I'll try to get the weeds away, and then I see another area and I go there instead of finishing that one little square foot of, of dirt. I'm off doing other things and then it doesn't show any productivity. So I will try to remain focused and do a little bit of that every day. I would like to get these into some dirt. As I mentioned before, I got some organic potting mix. I will set some of them up in these trays, which are from Botanical Interest, or sorry, Epic Gardening does. If you go to the Epic Gardening website and go to their shop, these are called American Tray Co. I don't know if that's still the same because I think I bought these 2 years ago. But I mean, they're still flexible. They're not. I did not use these at all last year because I didn't set up any seeds. But this year I plan to at least set up jalapeno seeds because I know that they grow well, and if I can get them growing and get them big enough to put them out in the front yard, then I can have more jalapenos and banana peppers. And then I can make more pickled peppers, which is so delicious. But they go way too fast. Like the amount of time that it takes to grow them, prep them, pickle them, and then eat them, or versus eating them, one bottle is gone in less than a week. but it takes months because of what you have to grow. So we'll see what I can do. I actually do have some peppers in the freezer. I didn't remember, so I might be making some pickled peppers this weekend. We'll see. We'll check to see how well they did in the freezer. And oh, I also have these larger containers, and this is good if you want to start something like a pepper or a tomato, something that needs a better or a larger root system. That's a very fast grower because it'll build the root system quickly, and then you don't have to up pot it so fast. But what else? I also purchased these a long time ago. I'm sorry, everything has diatomaceous earth to just prevent any bugs. But I bought these small flat folding containers because if you unfold them, flip them together, it is perfect for turning it upside down and putting the trays on because they're stackable. And if I can put the trays on them, I can then put the seedlings closer to the light that I have set up in here. So that's how I have these lights set up. And I don't know if I ever showed you the actual setup that I have for this, but I will go through that once I rearrange it and do all the lights again, because I do want to reroute, check to see which lights are still working, which lights are not, and make sure that I have at least 2 different power plugs going to each. So if one fails, then it's always going. I also have a timer, so the lights go on every day, and I think I have it for 16 hours or 18 hours. I don't know. It's a lot of light. And as you can see, I mean, this brown part, like it's literally crumbling because it takes me so long to come down here and water it. But I don't know if I can crush these and make some citronella from that. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But my plan is I want to clear out everything that's here. And I want this to only be for seeds because of the lights. I have places that I have set up for storage. So I've got tons of trays down here. I have cups for, I don't even know what is in there. But I've got, cups and all types of things, planters and tools and everything. But the only thing that should be in here are plants because of the lighting. So I have to figure that out. I definitely want to get that on camera because that's for me a big thing, because just seeing how much I was able to get done is a really big motivator for me, and then it just makes me want to do more and more. That's how I started, in what was it, 2021? Or I think I started like December 2020 or something like that. I don't know. It's been a really long time. I just got a reminder that my channel is 13 years old. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yeah, because I started in like 2011. I don't know. I started a really long time ago. I can't count. But it was weird because I think it was October and it was like, your channel turned 13 yesterday. I'm like, not yesterday. No. So I don't know. Even their math is off. But anyway, fed the birds, fed the squirrels, and this weekend is a cleaning weekend. I would love to get the abandoned plants in the dirt. I would love to get started on cleaning up the backyard because I don't want to miss this dormancy period, because it's time to chop the trees again. And this is where I'll have to make note of each tree. I'll cut them. It's gonna look barbaric, but it's just to keep them short. So that's my peaches, my plums, my pears, any apple trees that I might have left. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I attempt at air layering last year, and then I couldn't, or maybe it was 2 years ago now. I think it was 2024. I might have done it, and I couldn't get back to it because I just didn't have the time. I didn't have um, the emotional capacity to do it. But now I think I should be able to do it. I'm doing it a little bit at a time. And again, if I don't get to it, I'm giving myself grace and trying to propagate as much as possible. So this year is a propagation year. May not be so much for seed starting, but I would love to propagate what I already have. Um, Part of it is to see if maybe I could sell them. Part of it maybe do some giveaways, maybe. That and tackling the weed problem, trying to figure out, okay, so do I put down more fabric barrier? Because years ago, and I'll put the video up here somewhere or up here, I wanted to, I wanted to stop the weeds from coming up when I had my strawberry patch. And that weed barrier worked fantastically. Like that was when I didn't have dirt lockers yet. I just had a flat space, and I had placed pallets on the slope, and then I put the strawberries on the pallets, and I got strawberries. Everybody was nibbling on them, which is fine, but it worked. The weed barrier worked, and I didn't put anything on top of it. I just put the weed barrier down, and I might do that while I'm cleaning. Once I've just determined that nothing else is under the weeds, I might not even get rid of the weeds. I might just put the weed barrier down, and you know what? That's fine. I'll put the weed barrier down. I'll put some staples in there to keep it, to hold it down, make sure I don't trip or anything, and just leave it like that. And maybe that will stop, all the extra crazy growth that I have to deal with. And if I see that it's clear and working and everything is great, then I can just go out there and enjoy myself. I should be writing this down because I'm making all these plans and now I'm not figuring out what it is I have to do. I also wanted to repot the plants so that each tree is in its own container. The things that I have left that I have to do that for are some of the apples, my peaches, my pears, and there's something else that's in a multi-bag thing. Oh, my cherries. I want to make sure that those are in their own bags so that when they're air layering, they're not intermingling with each other, and then one might be stealing more from the other. But we'll see how that works out. So thank you very much for hanging around and watching me feed the birds. I mean, so far I have kept to the schedule, which is great. That for me is a huge step because it's been very difficult to keep on schedule. There's a lot going on in the world, and it's hard to keep motivation on everything that I might plan, but I'm able to at least extend a little more effort into the gardening space. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.